Hi everyone, welcome to my second basic skills building video. Today we are going to take the skills we learnt from task 1, which was understanding our pencils, and we are applying those skills to create a 1-point perspective shaded drawing like this. Remember to send me your drawings or tag me in them with the hashtag Mrs Mystery Makes. Send them to me on Instagram or Facebook. Again, in the description of this video there is a PDF file that you can print out which has the boxes on them to save you drawing them. So let's get started. Okay, hi guys, I'm going to show you how I created this 1-point perspective illusional type drawing thing. I'm not really too sure what its exact name is, but I think it's a really good tool for you to start with if you're just about getting used to drawing and understanding different pencils. I've already shown you how to use your pencils and how to shade with your pencils, so you should have a good idea of what your pencils can do and how well they work together, and how to layer the different grades of pencils on top of each other. So we are going to use the same set of boxes in terms of the sizes, so you just need to make sure that you have drawn out your boxes, which are 4 centimetres by 4 centimetres with a 2 centimetre gap in between. And I want to really briefly talk to you about 1-point perspective, and I'm planning on doing some more videos on perspective drawings like rooms and buildings and things like that at some point. But the basic principle of perspective is knowing that you have a horizon line, which is when you look out of at a landscape, is the line that you see where the sky meets the earth. And you will always have a vanishing point. Now we're using a vanishing point that is in the centre of our page. Now sometimes vanishing points can be at different sides, and that's something again I'll look at in another few videos. But the vanishing point is the point where all other lines around your drawing should meet. Okay, so that's really important that you understand that you have a vanishing point. We're using a vanishing point that's in the centre of our page. So now we need to find the middle point of our boxes so we can make sure that all the lines that we end up drawing come out from that point. So this is our middle box, and we know that it's 4 centimetres by 4 centimetres, so the middle of that's going to be 2. And I'm just going to measure it the other way as well to make sure that I've got that in the right place. So that's my central point, and all my lines are going to come out of that. We're going to start with the middle box first and lining up the corners with your middle. You're going to draw across. And actually you're going to extend that all the way up to the other boxes on the corners. So lining it up with the middle point, making sure that the line goes through the bottom corner and that top corner. And the same. Now your 4 boxes at the top, the bottom and either side, they're quite complicated boxes in the sense that when you look at the drawing that I've done here, they form like the tunnel part. And so when I spoke to you earlier about vanishing points, we're thinking about the 2 points of the box and where those meet at the vanishing point. So for example, we're looking at the top 2 points here because these lines all come down to the vanishing point. So line up that top corner of that middle box and draw a line that goes to the bottom of the box, but not all the way to the vanishing point. However, it does need to meet at the vanishing point, so your ruler must be at the vanishing point. So imagine you're drawing the line as it hits that box. That's when you can draw it in like that. So lining up your vanishing point with the bottom corner of this box here. Now we're looking at this whole thing coming into the middle, so we need to work on these two outer edge points coming in. So again, line up your vanishing point with the corner, outside corner of the box, stopping at the edge, not going all the way through. So what you should have are these sets of lines drawn out. So we're going to start shading this. We're going to work with this middle box first because it's got four triangles, and each triangle, so the one facing up, the one facing down, the one facing to the right, and the one facing to the left, all need to be shaded in those directions. Okay, your darkest point is always your middle when you are looking at 1 point perspective, because it's the furthest away. So if we are looking at this right hand box here, we're shading darker in the middle and we are working towards the right. So anything that falls into that kind of direction, coming out of this edge here, so coming out of the point, going to the right, so anything in that direction needs to be shaded that way around. So this one will be shaded from dark to light that way, this will be from dark to light that way, and remember this will be from dark to light that way. So what I would do is I would do all of those bits first, so you're shading the same direction first, so you then don't get yourself confused with all the other bits and pieces. And I'm just using my normal HB pencil for now, and I'm going to do the whole drawing in a normal pencil, a HB pencil or a 2B pencil, and then once I'm happy with my basic shading, I will then add my 4B and my 6B to make things darker. So we've done this middle section, we've done the other extensions coming out on this side. There are 2 more sections left to do facing this way, and that's this one and this one. Now the reason we need to do these ones is because they form this kind of tunnel that goes through, and so this, if you consider this as a wall, this wall would be going upright, okay, same as this one. So we need to just do these ones as well. And the top one. I'm using this piece of paper, scrap piece of paper, so I don't smudge my drawing with my hand. So we've done those bits. I'm now going to do this side. I find it difficult to shade from dark to light this way around. So what I'm going to do is flip my page that way around to make it easier for me to shade. So at this stage now, we are looking at the top and the bottom. It's basically the same kind of principle, starting off with your middle ones. These edges that you see here are just exactly as identical as these ones. It's just the direction that you're shading in. So I'm going to start with this bottom kind of set of triangles. And again, I'm going to shade from this way around because I find it easier to move from dark to light going this way, and I'm less likely to smudge. So that's my basic drawing done in just a HB pencil. I'm now going to show you in a couple of sections how to smoothen it out with your 2B, 4B and 6B pencils. So it's about control, really. It's about, you know, getting comfortable and confident with using your pencils. If, for example, we look at this middle section here, and I'm just going in with my 2B, and I'm just pressing in a little bit darker in that middle bit, and as I come out, I'm really softly easing the pressure because I really don't want to build up too much layer on here, and I only really want to concentrate on some of those darkest areas to make them, you know, really quite dark. You can go in right in there with your 4 and define it further. With your 6. So you can see here that it's still a little bit uneven, and that's okay because you're working through this and you're going to try and find, you know, the right pressures to put down, the right layers to go, you know, how far you need to bring your shading up before you ease the pressure, and you know, keep alternating your pencils as well. If you feel like it's easier to do one box at a time, do it that way. You know, it's entirely up to you. I feel like that bit there is just gone a little bit too dark. Just continue, you know, with your darkest pencils in those inside areas. Keep easing the pressure. And by keeping shading in those directions, it helps to really kind of alleviate that perspective that you are looking in a tunnel, that you've got a wall going up and a floor going that way, coming out towards you. You know, by shading up and across and keeping to those rules of using, you know, your triangle to kind of help you, will really make sure that you've got the perspective completely right. So that's what you're aiming for, you know, some really nice dark areas coming out into light areas. Keep practicing with your pencils. No one understands your pencils, because that's really, really important. And you can apply this skill to any type of shading. Hopefully in the next few videos we'll start looking at different types of perspective and maybe looking at shading curved shapes, so like spheres and cylinders, things like that, to really build up your skills. So well done, guys. I hope you found that useful. I hope you can see the potential of using your shading in different directions and how important it is for you to do that. We're going to keep building on these drawing skills with different tasks over the next few weeks. So I'd love for you to join me on those. Bye, guys.